World leaders are joining Ukraine in their demands for justice as 7 countries mourn the loss of their citizens. One America's Christina Howitson has the latest.
In the days that have followed the crash of Ukrainian international airline flight 752, families around the world gathered to remember the victims. In Canada,
we cannot believe it. We don't have words. My team is devastated because he's definitely the best of all of us.
In Ukraine,
I like that the Ukrainian president returned and that he also laid flowers in Boryspil.
And in Tehran,
we gathered here because of some Iranian leaders' inefficiency, because of some people's inadequacy.
And while the people continue to mourn, heads of state are calling for action. Germany lost 3 citizens in the crash, and Chancellor Angela Merkel said while it was important Iran had come forth with the truth, more is yet to be done.
I
think that everything possible should be done now to find a solution together with the countries whose citizens were affected, so that it is first of all thoroughly investigated and discussed what are the consequences.
Sweden's Prime Minister Stefan Löfven went on to announce the creation of an international executive group to follow the investigation after 10 Swedes lost their lives. Canadian Foreign Minister François-Philippe Champagne highlighted the importance for global cooperation.
I cannot speak for the Iranian government. I think the world is watching the Iranian authorities as to the access they will be providing. As we said, we want a full and complete investigation. That's why the International Coordination and Response Group want to speak with one voice.
But for Ukraine, the message to Iran was charged with anger. President Volodymyr Zelensky wrote the Iranians should offer a full apology and prepare to compensate the families of the victims. The vice president of the airline involved in the crash, who had long held an external force was responsible for the accident, said the Iranian authorities needed to fully acknowledge what happened, adding if they viewed a threat, they should have closed their airspace instead of putting people at risk.
I think my answer will be simple. This is absolutely irresponsible. When you play war, then you play it however you wish. But there are ordinary people around you who you need to protect. If they're shooting somewhere from somewhere, then they are obliged to close the airport.
At this time, Iran is still cooperating with investigators who are working to identify the remains and return them to their families. Christina Howitson, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.